We're on in 3, 2, 1.
Says, I'm Danny Says. This is Ces Says. Buckle up, baby. It is week Survivor buff. I agree wins the first ever. Hey,
Great to see you again, bud.
I'm happy to be here. Let's talk about What's Up Hendry, the 2014 season, the new
Psychata. Welcome to the Sunday Conversation.
Power. I gotta throw up the X here. You go and have the first.
No problem, Tom. I am a big fan of yours. I'm Danny Says, and that's what I'm saying. What's going on, Paisan? I'm Danny Says. This is Ces Says. New intro, new set, same What's Up Hendry League. Well, maybe a little different this year, a little quieter. This is, the first episode we're having all year long, and we have a really great guest today, but I think first we just need to kind of address the elephant in the room here. What's Up Hendry usually brings so much joy and competition to everybody, but this year we started off with such a hostile environment leading up to the draft, and then to crickets really for most of the year. We still had Darth being Darth and doing his Darth things, evil empire type of stuff. There was really no Greedo, no Boba Fett. Nobody was ever on the air. We didn't have to verify anything all season long. We haven't even heard from some managers. I'm not even sure Zach is still in the group chat. Maybe someone can check on that. It's just been a little different this year. So I figure with the holidays coming up, tensions are running high. I'd like to read one of my favorite holiday poems to you all. Get ready for the holidays, recap this whole season, and just get people excited again. Let's make What's Up Hendry great again. Let's roll the tape. Oh yes, come on in. Let me read you one of my favorite holiday stories. Dan Sess's Sugar Plum Hendry. 'Twas the night before playoffs, when all through the league, not a manager was stirring, due to Karen's fatigue. 2020, a season with some controversy, where players claimed, we are at ESPN's mercy. Ripped up was the Constitution, an off-season meeting would be the solution. Let's go back in time to before this season had start. We met in August and voted that draft pick trades would depart. This is an uproar, Darth said, and I quote, all I'm asking for is a simple re-vote. The Bob Sass Graham proposal was made, allowing only one draft pick or keeper trade. This excited the African people of the Mawuga tribe. The proposal was read, but the proposal was denied. The season had started, and money was sent to the Godwin Foundation, except those who hate puppies made no donation. Fantasy football had started, but something had changed. The group chat was so quiet, few texts were exchanged. Did Brad resign? Is that what he said? Dan White was seen with the commissioner's hat on his head. A defense for a Dolphins running back? Collusion! For once there was life in the chat. Injuries have punched many Saints team in the dick. Kuiper Jr.'s injury analysis was anything but quick. Bo traded Karen's both Lamb and Zeke. Also, Debo Samuel could be Tom's keep. But other than that, the trade deadline came and went. No keepers were moved, no draft picks were sent. It took 12 weeks and a lost bet for power rankings to be written. Is this league dying? Are people considering quitting? Before any drastic decisions, let me just say, parity is good, and every team here is just okay. Without big moves, the entire league is basically even. In week 12, teams in 9th place had something to believe in. While the fun is way down, more than it's ever been, 6 average teams have a chance and anyone can win. Here we are getting ready for the postseason. Time to finally get excited, and there's no better reason. It's been a pleasure playing fantasy football. Happy playoffs to you, and good luck to all. Good luck, everybody.
Man, I love that story. It gets better every time I hear it. All right, so we're back in studio. I promised you all a guest we shall have. This season we had a lot of up and downs, and actually that's the definition of this guy's name. So without further ado, let's welcome Bob, a.k.a. Bezos, a.k.a. Darth, the guy with 5 Whats Up Hendry Super Bowl appearances, the guy with only 2 Whats Up Hendry Super Bowl rings. Bob, let's get on the line. Production, are you ready? Bring him on. And there he is. Bob, welcome to Ces Says, all the way from London.
Thank you, Ces, for having me. It's been a while. I've never been on Ces Says, my first appearance on the show. Thank you for inviting me, and I hope it's not my last.
Yeah, Bob, you're always welcome. Let's jump right into business here. We're going into the playoffs now of probably the weirdest What's Up Hendry season we've ever had. Tell me from your perspective, what was wrong with this season? Is this fixable? What's going on with the managers? Take it away.
All right. Well, I think it's very simple. Humanoff actually said this last night in a group chat that we're at, owner Humanoff, past champion as well. This season has not been that great. The action, everything, we've had a decline in general interaction between all the owners. I think this all really reverberates from a single change. What did we change in the offseason? What made last year so much better? I mean, you had every owner more engaged than I've ever seen them. And yet this year, completely dropped off. I think we've actually had a record low trades this year. A record low in 11 years. I think we need to re-examine the rules of what we did this past year. We don't have to go into draft pick trades. But you know what? I think those are the changes that need to be made. We need to recognize that, listen, last year, though some people may not have liked the end results, we were all engaged, and I think we all had a good time. But you know what? Right now, the league's kind of dead. The chat's dead.
League is quiet.
Power rankings. Where are the power rankings? Where are the trades? What is going on? The league is in a bit of a crisis.
Well,
it's in a crisis.
Well, your team name is Karens for Commission 2022. That's as good as a sales pitch as you're going to get. Let's keep it moving. I know people are upset about this season, but we're this far in. It's going to be a thing that we're going to have to address in the offseason. Bob, a couple weeks ago, you wrote the power rankings. You went through every team. It was great that you tried to get some more league activity going. You ranked Humanoff at 2. He doesn't even make the playoffs. Shocking for a Humanoff season. But I want to talk about the Iger and Tabor teams. Those teams seem to be really hot right now. You ranked Iger at 3 during your power rankings and actually called him your long shot to win.
Yeah, you know what? Iger's taking a different approach this season. I think in past seasons, he's let his emotions get the best of him. I think he's kind of been on a silent mode. I'm not sure if he's in some Tibetan monastery where he's just praying or whatever it is. But his team has the most talent, and I almost actually ranked him number 2 overall. Humes, I thought, if he were to beat me, his team would have been healthy enough to really make a strong run. But as much as it pains me to say, other than another team that I ranked number 1, Iger, I think, has the best chance to really win the entire thing.
Yeah, Iger's peaking at the right time here. He's going to have a scary team with the playoffs. He faces Burrs this weekend in this crazy COVID playoff matchup. But the other matchup this weekend is Karens and Tabor. Tabor's team is red hot. They got Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, and Gronkowski. And you're willing to bet $500 and an Instagram post. Tell me about this.
How many wins does Tabor have in 11 years? Playoff wins. 1. 1 win. I mean, honestly, if my daughter Isabella was a team owner randomly picking teams and randomly doing it, I'm pretty sure she'd have more playoff wins by now over 11 seasons. You got to look at the owner. He's going to do something. It always happens. It's like clockwork. And I'm sorry, but I'm his kryptonite. And to bait him, you know what? If he wants to wager, fine. Let it happen. He's not going to win. And this is why, even with Iger, I was cautious about my rankings. Because you got to look at the managers. What's going to happen that last minute? What's going to happen that last minute waiver pick? Are you going to put in the right guy? Are you not? Are you going to choke? Is Tabor going to change his shitty defense that he has right now? New England Patriots against the Colts? I don't know. But you know what I am in? I'm in his head. Not only am I in his head, I'm building an extension in there. I've always been in his head. I've been in there for 11 years. He's never beat me. It's just a fact. I'm very confident even with a terrible team.
Bob, you're a character, and that's why we were happy to have you on the show today. It's good content. Let's just talk about the one person at the bottom of the league that was willing to trade was Bo. The other league managers weren't into it this year. They felt like, hey, let's preserve some of the integrity of the league, not trade. Bo was willing to try to make some deals. He traded you Lamb and Zeke, and in exchange for Antonio Gibson and Deebo Samuel, who have both been killing it since you've traded them.
So Bo has always been also past champion, formerly and current coach. He did lose that title, by the way, for a year. He was someone that's always willing to reach out, always willing to do deals, always willing to trade. And not for nothing, but I also traded Burrow to him. He traded Mahomes to me. And on a points basis, he's actually winning right now. Yet you have a team that, I'll even call it the owners here, the co-owners, Waikata, Jeremina. How do you have the number one quarterback, Jared Allen, number one running back, Jonathan Taylor, who's got 50 more points than the number two running back, following up with Dalvin Cook, and somehow you finish 4-10? What were you, asleep and just didn't upload your lineups or do anything? Like, how does that occur?
So Waikata's team was a statistical anomaly this year. It was crazy to see that.
But that's a guy that, you know what, he's not out there. He's not doing those trades, not doing those deals. Bo's always the guy that's wheeling and dealing. White, other owners, there's certain guys always wheeling and dealing. And yet, by the way, that same team that complained was a champion of some rule changes that occurred during the offseason. And yet, I'm pretty sure they violated one of those rules that was passed during the offseason. Yes, I'm talking to you, Kevin Swikata, for picking up and making that waiver claim. How do you even call yourself for the integrity of the league when you do something like that? Come on, man.
All right, Bob, there you have it. That's going to wrap it up this week on Ces Says. I'm interested in what happens this weekend. The COVID is running rampant through the league. It could have a big outcome this week on who's playing, who's not, and what changes history. So good luck to you, Bob. That's what I'm saying.